special guest. His name is Luca. My bad. He's kind of camera shy. I don't know how he knows the camera is rolling. But I hope he gets to stay for this stream. Most likely he will not. But yeah, let's begin now. So we're starting the chapter of the cave. Yes. This Meccan chapter takes its name from the story of the people of the cave in verses 9 to 26. According to Ibn Abbas, the Prophet was asked about the youth who hid in the cave, a king who dominated large parts of the world and about the spirit. So, these verses and this verse were revealed. The Prophet says in an authentic narration collected by Al-Tirmidhi, no one's feet will move on Judgment Day until they are asked about 4 things. What they did in their youth, oh my god. Number 2, how they earned and spent their wealth. Number 3, what they did with their knowledge and how they spent their lives. Interestingly, these 4 questions correspond to the 4 stories mentioned in this chapter. Number 1, the story of the youth in the cave. Number 2, the story of the wealthy man with 2 gardens. Number 3, the story of Moses and the man of knowledge. Number 4, and finally, the story of Dhul Qarnayn and his life and travels in the service of God. The 4 stories are interjected by warning to the disbelievers and good news to the believers. Like the story of the people of the cave, some miraculous stories appear in the next chapter. Oh, she sat over here. Anyways, in the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful, message of the Qur'an. All praise is for God, who has revealed the book to his servant, allowing no crookedness in it and making it perfectly upright to warn the disbelievers of a severe torment from him, to give good news to the believers who do good, that they will have a fine reward in which they will remain forever, and to warn those who claim God has offspring. They have no knowledge of this, nor did their forefathers. What a terrible claim that comes out of their mouths. They say nothing but lies. Be steadfast. Now perhaps you, O Prophet, will grieve yourself to death over their denial if they continue to disbelieve in this message. We have indeed made whatever is on the earth as an adornment for it, in order to test which of them is best in deeds. And we will certainly reduce whatever is on it to barren ground. Story number 1, the people of the cave. Have you, O Prophet, thought that the people of the cave and the plaque were the only wonders of our signs? Remember when those youth took refuge in the cave and said, Our Lord, grant us mercy from yourself and guide us rightly through our ordeal. So we caused them to fall into a deep sleep in the cave for many years. Then we raised them so we may show which of the two groups would make a better estimation of the length of their stay. Standing up for the truth. Hello, Isa. Welcome to the stream. We relate to you, O Prophet, their story and truth. They were youths who truly believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance. And we strengthened their hearts, so when they stood up and declared, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, we will never call upon any God besides him, and we would truly be uttering an outrageous lie. You had 2 cats? I actually have 3 cats. There's one over here and one over there. She's looking outside. And it's Pixie. This one's Yuki. That one was Luca. In the cave, and you would have seen the sun as it rose, inclining away from their cave to the right as it set, declining away from them to the left, while they lay in its open space. That is one of the signs of God. Whoever God guides is truly guided, but whoever he leaves astray, you will never find for them a guiding mentor. And you would have thought they were awake, though they were asleep. We turned them over to the right and left, while their dog stretched his forelegs at the entrance. Had you looked at them, you would have certainly fled away from them, filled with horror. The youths are awakened, and so we awakened them so that they might question one another. One of them exclaimed, How long have you remained asleep? Some replied, Perhaps a day or part of a day. They said to one another, Your Lord knows best how long you have remained. So send one of you with these silver coins of yours to the city, and let them find which food is the purest, and then bring your provisions from it. Let him be exceptionally cautious, and do not let him give you away. For indeed, if they find out about you, they will stone you to death or force you back into their faith, and then you will never succeed. He or she looks furry. Yeah, he's Yuki. Okay, dang, you didn't even brush your teeth and you're here? That's true commitment. Thank you for being that committed to the stream, but please brush your teeth. The hideout is found. This is how we cause them to be discovered, so that their people might know that God's promise of resurrection is true, and that there is no doubt about the hour. When the people disputed with each other about the case of the youth after their death, some proposed, Build a structure around them. Their Lord knows best about them. Those who prevailed in this matter said, We will surely build a place of worship over them. How many were there? Some will say they were 3, their dog was the 4th, while others will say they were 5, the dog was the 6th, only guessing blindly. And others will say there were 7, and their dog was the 8th. Say, O Prophet, my Lord knows best their exact number. Only a few people know as well. So do not argue about them, except with sure knowledge, nor consult any one of those who debate about them. Hello, Chopper, and welcome, Matthew. I don't know what that N stands for, but yeah, let's assume it means nice day or something. Say, God willing, and never say of anything, I will definitely do this tomorrow, without adding, if God so wills. But if you forget, then remember your Lord and say, I trust my Lord will guide me to what is more right than this. Hello, Spider, welcome. You're still brushing? Good. Keep brushing. Brush for 2 minutes minimum. Time spent in the cave. They had remained in their cave for 300 years, adding 9. Say, O Prophet, God knows best how long they stayed. With him alone is the knowledge of the unseen, of the heavens and the earth. How perfectly he hears and sees. They have no guardians beside him, and he shares his command with none. Advice to the Prophet. Recite what has been revealed to you from the book of your Lord. None can change his word, nor can you find any refuge besides him. And patiently stick with those who call upon their Lord morning and evening, seeking his pleasure. Do not let your eyes look beyond them, desiring the luxuries of this worldly life, and do not obey those whose hearts we have made heedless of our remembrance, who follows only their desires, and whose state is total loss. Warning to the disbelievers. And say, O Prophet, this is the truth from your Lord. Whoever wills, let them believe, and whoever wills, let them disbelieve. Surely we have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire whose walls will completely surround them. When they cry for aid, they will be aided with water like molten metal, which will burn their faces. What a horrible drink, and what a terrible place to rest. How's your day going? It's going good, Spider. I hope yours is going good as well. Um, yeah, I mean, my day just started. It's 7 a.m. If you're still on the stream, I can't really tell. Reward of the believers. As for those who believe and do good, we certainly never deny the reward of those who are best in deeds. It is they who will have the gardens of eternity with rivers flowing under their feet. There they will be adorned with bracelets of gold and wear green garments of fine silk and rich brocade, reclining there on canopied couches. What a marvelous reward! What a fabulous place to rest. Every time I click my pen, my cat is like, I don't know. He's been trained, kind of like he could be trained. Like I used to use like a button to use like a laser toy, so he gets very alert. Bye. I eat breakfast. Okay, enjoy your breakfast. Thanks for tuning in. Story number 2: The owner of the two gardens. Give them, O Prophet, an example of to the disbelieving two men. To the disbelieving one we gave 2 gardens of grapevines, which we surrounded with palm trees, and placed various crops in between. Each garden yielded all its produce, never falling short, and we caused a river to flow between them. And he had other resources as well. So he boasted to a poor companion of his, while conversing with him, I am greater than you in wealth and superior in manpower. And he entered his property while wronging his soul, saying, I do not think this will ever perish. It's like Titanic. Nor do I think the hour will ever come. And if in fact I return to my Lord, I will definitely get a far better outcome than all this. The rebuttal. His believing companion replied while conversing with him, Do you disbelieve in the one who created you from dust, then developed you from a sperm drop, and formed you into a man? But as for me, he is God, my Lord, and I will never associate anyone with my Lord in worship. If only you had said upon entering your property, This is what God has willed. There is no power except God, even though you see me inferior to you in wealth and offspring. Perhaps my Lord will grant me something better than your garden, and send down upon your garden a thunderbolt from the sky, turning it into barren waste. Or its water may sink into the earth, and then you will never be able to seek it out. Hello, Annika. Welcome to the stream. Y'all like my cup? Let me put it away from my cat's butt. The punishment. And so all his produce was totally ruined. So he started to wring his hands for all he had spent on it, while it had collapsed on its trellises. He cried, Alas, I wish I had never associated anyone with my Lord in worship. And he had no manpower to help him against God, nor could he even help himself. At this time, support comes only from God, the true Lord. He's best in reward and best in outcome. Welcome back, Isa. Seems like you took your phone or device while you're eating. Fleeting and everlasting gains, and give them a parable of this worldly life. It is like the plants of the earth thriving when sustained by the rain we send down from the sky, and they soon turn into chaff scattered by the wind. And God is fully capable of doing all things. Wealth and children are the adornment of this worldly life, but the everlasting good deeds are far better with your word in reward and in hope. Not that I have either, though. Judgment Day. Beware of the day we will blow the mountains away, and you will see the earth laid bare, and we will gather all humankind, leaving none behind. They will be presented before your Lord in rows, and the deniers will be told, "You have surely returned to us all alone, as we created you the first time, although you always claim that we would never appoint a time for your return." And the record of deeds will be laid open, and you will see the wicked in fear of what is written in it. They will cry, "Woe to us! What kind of record is this that does not leave any sin, small or large, unlisted?" They will find whatever they did present for them, and your Lord will never wrong anyone. Satan and his followers. And remember when we said to the angels, "Prostrate before Adam." So they all did, but not Iblis, who was one of the jinn, but he rebelled against the command of his Lord. Would you then take him and his descendants as patrons instead of me, although they are your enemy? What an evil alternative for the wrongdoers to choose. I never called them to witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, or even their own creation, nor would I take their misleaders as helpers. And beware of the day he will say, "Call upon those you claimed were my associate gods," but they will call them, but will receive no response, and we will make them all share in the same doom. The wicked will see the fire and realize that they are bound to fall into it and will find no way to avoid it. Denying the Qur'an. We have surely set forth in this Qur'an every kind of lesson for people, but humankind is most argumentative of all beings, and nothing prevents people from believing when guidance comes to them and from seeking their Lord's forgiveness except their demand to meet the same fate of earlier deniers, or that the torment would confront them face to face. I think there's like universal experiences of pain, grief, sorrow, like fear, all that, and like the Quran has addressed every single one of these lessons. Hello, Boosie boy. Welcome to the stream. We do not send the messengers except as disbelievers of good news and warners, but the disbelievers argue in falsehood, hoping to discredit the truth with it, and make a mockery of my revelations and warnings. And who does more wrong than those who, when reminded of their Lord's revelations, turn away from them and forget what their own hands have done? We have certainly cast veils over their heart, leaving them unable to comprehend this Quran, and deafness in their ears. And if you, O Prophet, invite them to true guidance, they will never be rightly guided. God's forbearance. Your Lord is all forgiving, full of mercy. If he were to seize them immediately for what they commit, he would have certainly hastened their punishment. But they have an appointed time from which they will find no refuge. Those are the societies we destroyed when they persisted in wrong, and we had set a time for their destruction. Story number 3, Moses and Khidr. I remember when Moses said to his young assistant, "I will never give up until I reach the junction of the two seas, even if I travel for ages." But when they finally reached the point where the seas met, they forgot their salted fish, and it made its way into the sea, slipping away wondrously. When they had passed further, he said to his assistant, "Bring us our meal." We have certainly been exhausted by today's journey. He replied, Do you remember when we rested by the rock? That is when I forgot the fish. That made me forget to mention this except Shetland. And the fish made its way into the sea miraculously. Moses responded, This is exactly what we were looking for. So they returned, retracing their footsteps. Now, let me read the footnote just to see what this explains. Another possible translation, the salted fish must have made its way into the sea. How strange. Moses was given a sign. When he and his assistant Yusha ibn Nun lost their food, the salted fish, this would be the place where they would find the right knowledge. Oh, so his young assistant was Yusha. I thought that was Al Khidr. Okay, so Moses responded, This is exactly what we were looking for. So they returned, retracing their footsteps. The encounter. There they found a servant of ours, to whom we had granted mercy from us and enlightened him with knowledge of our own. Moses said to him, May I follow you, provided that you teach me some of the right guidance you have been taught? He said, You certainly cannot be patient enough with me. And how can you be patient with what is beyond your realm of knowledge? Moses assured him, You will find me patient, God willing, and I will not disobey any of your orders. He responded, Then, if you follow me, do not question me about anything until I myself clarify it for you. The ship incident. Why do you keep being like this? Guys, you watch me stream every day, like, just find a spot. Yo, go. Go. Not on the book, come on. Alright. Just go over there on the bed. Yo. Nope. Okay. The ship incident. So they set out, but after they had boarded the ship, the man made a hole in it. Moses protested, Have you done this to drown its people? You have certainly done a terrible thing. He replied, Did I not say that you cannot have patience with me? Moses pleaded, Excuse me for forgetting, and do not be hard on me. The boy incident. So they proceeded until they came across a boy, and the man killed him. Moses protested, Have you killed an innocent soul who killed no one? You have certainly done a horrible thing. He answered, Did I not tell you that you cannot have patience with me? Moses replied, If I ever question you about anything after this, then do not keep me in your company, for by then I would have given you enough of an excuse. The wall incident. So they moved until they came to the people of a town. They asked them for food, but the people refused to give them hospitality. There they found a wall ready to collapse, so the man set it right. Moses protested, If you wanted, you could have demanded a fee for this. He replied, This is the parting of our ways. I will explain to you what you could not bear patiently. The ship. As for the ship, it belonged to some poor people working at sea, so I intended to damage it, for there was a tyrant king ahead of them who seized every good ship by force. The boy. And as for the boy, his parents were true believers, and we feared that he would pressure them into defiance and disbelief. So we hoped that their Lord would give them another, more virtuous and caring in its place. The wall. And as for the wall, it belonged to two orphan boys in the city, and under their wall was a treasure that belonged to them, and their father had been a righteous man. So your Lord willed that these children should come of age and retrieve their treasure as a mercy from your Lord. I did not do it all on my own. This is an explanation of what you could not bear patiently. Story number 4, Dhul Qarnayn. They ask you, O Prophet, about Dhul Qarnayn. Say, I will relate to you something of his narrative. Surely we established him in the land and gave him the means to all things. Let me read the footnote. This is the story of a righteous king who traveled far and wide. He is titled Dhul Qarnayn, lit the man of the two horns, because his journey to the far east and far west, or the two horns, pointed of sunrise and sunset. Some believe Dhul Qarnayn was Alexander the Great, but this is not sound since Alexander the Great was a polytheist. Many scholars believe it was Abu Qurayb al-Hamidi, a righteous king from Yemen. Oh, I did not know about. I mean, I did hear about Alexander the Great being possibly Muslim, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, he's polytheist. All right, journey to the west. So he traveled a course until he reached the setting point of the sun, which appeared to him to be setting in a spring of murky water, where he found some people. He said, "O Dhul Qarnayn, either punish them or treat them kindly." He responded, "Whoever does wrong will be punished by us, then we will be returned to their Lord, who will punish them with a horrible torment. As for those who believe and do good, they will have the finest reward, and we will assign them easy torments." Journey to the east. Then he traveled a different course until he reached the rising point of the sun. He found it rising on a people for whom we had provided no shelter from. So it was, and we truly had full knowledge of him. You know the thing I like about this Quran translation book is that they have titles before each like section, and you don't really find that in other translation books. Like, it's so confusing. Like, you know how it's not like all revealed at once, you know, like these are each verse is revealed in different like uh times, so it's not gonna be like related. Like, sometimes, I mean, so far it's been related, but you know, like this story here, like if you didn't put that little title, it would have not made sense. Like, it doesn't like go together. But yeah, this book is really good, basically. Another journey. Then he traveled a third course until he reached a pass between two mountains. He found in front of them a people who could hardly understand his language. They pleaded, "O Dhul Qarnayn, surely Gog and Magog are spreading corruption throughout the land. Should we pay your tribute provided that you build a wall between us and them?" He responded, "What my Lord has provided for me is far better, but assist me with resources, and I will build a barrier between you and them. Bring me blocks of iron." Then we had filled up the gap between the two mountains. He ordered, "Blow." When the iron became red hot, he said, "Bring me molten copper to pour over it." And so the enemies could neither scale nor tunnel through it. He declared, "This is a mercy from my Lord. But when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will level it to the ground, and my Lord's promise is ever true. On that day, we will let them surge like waves over one another. Later the trumpet will be blown, and we will gather all people together." Wait, so the wall of Gog and Magog is made of iron and copper? That's pretty crazy. I did not know that. Let's read a footnote. Gog and Magog are two wild peoples who were sealed off by a barrier built by Dhul Qarnayn to stop them from raiding their peaceful neighbors. There are many speculations as to their location, but none is supported by reliable sources. Their coming out is mentioned in these verses as one of the major signs of the final hour. Honestly, that's so scary because, you know, the Dhul Qarnayn was with Moses, and Moses was in Egypt, right? But he did travel to the east and the west. But yeah, I mean, even if we knew their location, why should we look for it? That's even scarier. But the hour is very close. Like, it's closer than it ever has been before. Alright. The wicked on Judgment Day. On that day, we will display hell clearly for the disbelievers, those who turned a blind eye to my reminder and could not stand listening to it. Do the disbelievers think that they can simply take my servants as lords instead of me? We have surely prepared hell as an accommodation for the disbelievers. The losers. Say, "O Prophet, shall we inform you of who will lose the most deeds? They are those whose efforts are in vain in this worldly life, while they think they are doing good. It is they who reject the signs of their Lord and their meeting with him, rendering their deeds void. So we will not give their deeds any weight on Judgment Day. That is their reward. Hell for the disbelief, hell for their disbelief and mockery of my signs and messengers. The winners. Indeed, those who believe and do good will have the gardens of paradise, and as an accommodation where they will be forever, never desiring anywhere else. Aww. Recording God's knowledge. Say, O prophet, if the oceans were ink for writing the words of my Lord, it would certainly run out before the words of my Lord were finished, even if we were refilled it with its equal. That is so beautiful, man. So beautiful. Ugh, man. I don't know. Have faith and do good. Say, O prophet, I am only a man like you, but it has been revealed to me that your Lord is only one God. So whoever hopes for the meeting with their Lord, let them do good and associate none in worship of their Lord. Oh wow, we finished all of the cave story. That's pretty crazy. So I started from 159 and that was only 5 pages. So let's see. Alright, I think I'll do chapter Mary and then move on to Atomic Habits. Alright, this Meccan chapter recounts the miraculous stories of the birth of Jesus by the Virgin Mary, after whom the chapter is named, and the birth of John the Baptist to old Zachariah and his elderly barren wife. Other prophets are cited as recipients of God's favor and grace. Attributing children to God and denial of resurrection are rejected as outrageous and blasphemous. Both the end of this chapter and the beginning of the next one talk about the purpose of revealing the Qur'an. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. Kaf Haya Ain Sad. This is a reminder of your Lord's mercy to his servant Zachariah, when he cried out to his Lord privately, saying, My Lord, surely my bones have become brittle, and gray hair has spread across my head. But I have never been disappointed in my prayer to you, my Lord, and I am concerned about the faith of my relatives after me, since my wife is barren. So grant me by your grace an heir, who will inherit prophethood from me and the family of Jacob, and make him, O Lord, pleasing to you. Prayer answered. The angels announced, O Zachariah, indeed, we give you the good news of the birth of a son whose name will be John, a name we have not given to anyone before. He wondered, My Lord, how can I have a son when my wife is barren and I have become extremely old? An angel replied, So will it be. Your Lord says it is easy for me, just as I have created you before, when you were nothing. Zachariah said, My Lord, grant me a sign. He responded, Your sign is that you will not be able to speak to people for 3 nights despite being healthy. So he came out to his people from the sanctuary, signaling to them to glorify God morning and evening. John's noble qualities. It is later said, O John, hold firmly to the scriptures, and we granted him wisdom while he was still a child, as well as purity and compassion from us. And he was God-fearing and kind to his parents. He was neither arrogant nor disobedient. Peace be upon him that the day he was born, and the day of his death, and the day he will be raised back to life. Gabriel visits Mary, and mentioned in the book O Prophet the story of Mary when she withdrew from her family to a place in the east, screening herself off from them. Then we sent to her our angel Gabriel, appearing before her as a man, perfectly formed. She appealed, I truly seek refuge in the most compassionate from you, so leave me alone if you are God-fearing. He responded, I am only a messenger from your Lord, sent to bless you with a pure son. She wondered, how can I have a son when no man has ever touched me, nor am I unchaste? He said, So will it be. Your Lord says it is easy for me, so we will make him a sign for humanity and a mercy from us. It is a matter already decreed. Jesus' virgin birth. So she conceived him and withdrew him to a remote place. Then the pains of labor drove her to the trunk of a palm tree. She cried, "Alas, I wish I had died before this, and was a thing long forgotten." Oh, poor Mary, man. She must have been in so much pain. Like, she was. I don't know if this counts as her being suicidal, but, like, honestly, though, like, this is. It's no wonder, like, she's the most. Um. Like, I think she's, like, the queen of paradise. Not the queen? Or is that Fatima or the Wahar? I don't know. But she's, like, the best woman to have existed, basically. She's the best woman to have existed, and Khadija radiallahu anha was the best woman of her time. So a voice reassured her from below her, "Do not grieve. Your Lord has provided a stream at your feet, and shake the trunk of this palm tree towards you. It will drop fresh, ripe dates upon you. So eat and drink, and put your hearts at ease. Put your heart at ease. But if you see any of the people say, 'I have vowed silence to the most compassionate, and I am not talking to anyone today.'" This is so beautiful because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like telling her to not grieve. Like, and also, like, dates are, you know, Islamically, because of this verse, like, dates are good for you when you're doing labor or, like, while you're giving birth. So eat and drink and put your heart at ease. So beautiful, man. SubhanAllah. Recitation to baby Jesus. Then she returned to her people carrying him. They said in shock, "Oh, Mary, you have certainly done a horrible thing." The purest woman getting shamed for something like this thing will always be like a universal or like a timeless reaction from people. Hello, Antonio or Meow. Welcome back. Right now we're reading the chapter of Mary. Reaction to baby Jesus. Then she returned to her people carrying him. They said in shock, "Oh, Mary, you have certainly done a horrible thing. O sister of Aaron, your father was not an indecent man, nor was your mother unchaste." So she pointed to the baby. They exclaimed, "How can we talk to someone who's an infant in the cradle?" Baby Jesus talks. Jesus declared, "I am truly a servant of God. He has denied me to be given the scripture and to be a prophet. He has destined me to be given the scripture and to be a prophet. He has made me a blessing wherever I go, and he bid me to establish prayer and give alms tax as long as I live, and to be kind to my mother. He has not made me arrogant or defiant. Peace be upon me the day I was born, and the day I die, and the day I will be raised back to life." Wow, that must have been just truly an amazing sight. Like, everyone must have gone on their knees, like, in awe, like, baby Jesus talking. You're the best. Thank you, Meow. You are the best as well, since you're watching the stream and listening to the translation of the Qur'an. So I really, really respect you for that, and you don't have to do that, but you come back every day, and I am really proud of you for that, and thank you. Christians and Jews differ on Jesus. That is Jesus, son of Mary, and this is a word of truth about which they dispute. It is not for God to take a son. Glory be to him. When he decrees a matter, he simply tells it be, and it is. Jesus also declared, "Surely God is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him alone. This is the straight path." Yet their various groups have differed among themselves about him. So woe to the disbelievers when they face a tremendous day. How clearly will they hear and see on the day they will come to us. But today the wrongdoers are clearly astray. Warning to the disbelievers. And warn them, O Prophet, of the day of regret, when all matters will be settled, while they are engrossed in heedlessness and disbelief. Indeed, it is we who will succeed the earth and whoever is on it, and to us they will all be returned. Abraham and his father, Azar, and mentioned in the book of prophet the story of Abraham. He was surely a man of truth and a prophet. Remember when he said to his father, O dear father, why do you worship what can neither hear nor see, nor benefit you at all? O dear father, I have certainly received some knowledge which you have not received, so follow me and I will guide you to the straight path. O dear father, do not worship Satan. Surely Satan is ever rebellious against the most compassionate. O dear father, I truly fear that you will be touched by a torment from the most compassionate and become Satan's companion in hell. Azar's angry response. He threatened, How dare you reject my idols, O Abraham? If you do not desist, I will certainly stone you to death. So be gone from me for a long time. Abraham responded, Peace be upon you. I will pray to my Lord for your forgiveness. He has truly been most gracious to me. As I distance myself from all of you and from whatever you invoke besides God, I will continue to call upon my Lord alone, trusting that I will never be disappointed in invoking my Lord. That is so beautiful, man. Like, he's a true role model for a reason, you know? Like, it's so beautiful. What's your glod? I don't know what that means, sorry. So after he had left them and what they worshipped, besides God, we granted him Isaac and Jacob, and made each of them a prophet. We showered them with our mercy, and blessed them with honorable mention. Prophet Moses. And mention in the book, O Prophet, the story of Moses, who was truly a chosen man, and was a messenger and a prophet. We called him from the right side of Mount Tur, and drew him near, speaking with him directly. And we appointed for him, out of our grace, his brother Aaron as a prophet. Prophet Ishmael. And mention in the book, O Prophet, the story of Ishmael. And he was truly a man of his word, and was a messenger and a prophet. He used to urge his people to pray and give alms tax, and his Lord was well pleased with him. Prophet Enoch. And mentioned in the book, O Prophet, the story of Enoch. And he was surely a man of truth and a prophet, and we elevated him to an honorable status. Noble prophets. Those were some of the prophets whom God has blessed from among the descendants of Adam, and of those we carried with Noah in the ark, and of the descendants of Abraham and Israel, and of those we rightly guided and chose. Whenever the revelations of the most compassionate were recited to them, they fell down, prostrated and weeping. Evil successors. But they were succeeded by generations who neglected prayer and followed their lusts, so will soon face the evil consequences. As for those who repent and believe and do good, it is they who will be admitted into paradise, never being denied any reward. They will be in the gardens of eternity, promised in trust by the most compassionate to his servants. Surely his promise will be fulfilled. There they will never hear any idle talk, only greetings of peace. And there they will have their provisions morning and evening. There is no day or night in paradise, only light. The verse says that the residents of paradise will either be receiving provisions around these worldly times or without failure. Words such as morning and evening are made to use it easier for the people to understand. Okay. This is paradise, which we will grant to whoever is devout among our servants. اللهم ادخلني جنة الفردوس وأعوذ بك من النار. Gabriel's response to the prophet. We only descend by the command of your Lord. To him belongs whatever is before us and whatever is behind us and everything in between. And your Lord is never forgetful. He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth and everything in between. So worship him alone and be steadfast in his worship. Do you know of anyone equal to him in his attributes? The deniers of resurrection. Yet some people ask mockingly, after I die, will I really be raised to life again? Do such people not remember that we created them before, and when they were nothing? But your Lord, O prophet, by your Lord, O prophet, we will surely gather them along with the devils, and then set them around hell on their knees. Then we will certainly begin by dragging out of every group the ones most defiant to the most compassionate. And we truly know best who is most deserving of burning in it. There is none of you who will not pass over it. This is a decree your Lord must fulfill. Then we will deliver those who are devout, leaving the wrongdoers there on their knees, arrogant disbelievers. When our clear revelations are recited to them, the disbelievers ask the believers mockingly, which of the two of us is better in status and superior in assembly? Imagine, O prophet, how many peoples you have destroyed before them, who were far better in luxury and splendor. Say, O prophet, whoever is entrenched in misguidance, the most compassionate will allow them plenty of time until, behold, they face what they are threatened with, either the torment or the hour. Only then will they realize who is worse in position and inferior in manpower. Reward of the devout. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Like, the disbelievers are made to look like better and have a higher status in life, and that's the hard part of being a believer. You're not gonna have the best of this world and still preaching, the right path. It's gonna be, my bird died. Your bird died? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's so sad, man. I've I I feel sorry that your bird died, but why am I so bad at this? What? How do I console someone whose bird died? I'm so bad at this. Yeah. I hope you get another one. No, don't get another one. I hope you feel better soon. That took too long to say. I'm sorry. Gabriel's response to the prophet. Wait, no, I already read that. Reward of the devout, and God increases in guidance those who are rightly guided, and the everlasting good deeds are far better with your Lord in reward and outcome. A denier of resurrection. Have you seen, O prophet, the one who rejects our revelations yet? Boasts, I will definitely be granted plenty of welcome children if there is an afterlife. He has looked into the unseen or taken a pledge from the most compassionate. Not at all. We certainly record whatever he claims and will increase his punishment extensively. And we will inherit what he boasts of, and he will come before us all by himself. I have 3 birds now. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't have any birds. I hope your 3 birds live a long, healthy life and a happy one, and that you get to spend the most time with them. And yeah, I hope they don't have any health issues when they pass away, but they pass away very naturally. And wait, why am I saying that? Just like I hope the best for your birds and you. And I'm sorry that you have to feel the grief of losing a pet. That must be one of the worst feelings, and I've not really experienced that yet, but I did have to say goodbye to a childhood cat, and she didn't die. She got adopted by somebody better because she was not my cat, but she was my neighbor's cat, and I used to spend the most time with her. And at some point, like, we couldn't keep her, and then we never kept her. But aw, don't cry. You could cry, just yeah, I hope you feel better soon. I'm very sorry, Meow. and we will inherit what he boasts of, and he will come before us all by himself. Believers and disbelievers on Judgment Day. They have taken other gods instead of God, seeking strength and protection through them. But no, those gods will deny their worship and turn against them. Do you, O prophet, not see that we have sent the devils against the disbelievers, constantly inciting them? So do not be in haste against them, for indeed we are closely counting their days. Watch for the day we will gather the righteous before the most compassionate, as an honored delegation, and drive the wicked to hell like a thirsty herd. None will have the right to intercede except those who have taken a covenant from the most compassionate. God's children, they say the most compassionate has offspring. They have certainly made an outrageous claim by which the heavens are about to burst, the earth to split apart, and the mountains to crumble to pieces, in protest of attributing children to the most compassionate. Dang. It does not befit the majesty of the most compassionate to have children. There is none in the heavens or the earth who will not return to the most compassionate in full submission. Indeed, he fully knows them, and he has counted them precisely, and each of them will return to him on the day of judgment all alone. Believers love for one another. As for those who believe and do good, the most compassionate will certainly bless them with genuine love. That is so beautiful. The message of the Qur'an. Indeed, we have made this Qur'an easy in your own language, O Prophet. So with it you may give good news to the righteous and warn those who are contentious. Imagine how many people we have destroyed before them. Do you still see any of them, or even hear from them the slightest sound? That's so true. Alright, so we are on chapter Taha now. This is my favorite verse, man. Like, this is one of God's promise to grant you genuine love if you believe and do good. Today is the 30th. Alright, so we're on track. We're on page 170 now. Nice. I was here yesterday. Yes, I remember you. Welcome back, Cars and Cats. Dang, I read all that. Okay. Chapter 13. How to stop procrastinating by using the 2-minute rule. Twyla Tharp is widely regarded as one of the greatest dancers and choreographers of the modern era. That was also the cat's name from 12 Dancing Princesses. In 1992, she was awarded a MacArthur Fellowship, often referred to as a Genius Grant, and she has spent the bulk of her career touring the globe to perform her original works. She also credits much of her success to simple daily habits. I begin each day of my life with a ritual, she writes. I wake up at 5:30 a.m., put on my workout clothes, my leg warmers, my sweatshirt, and my hat. I walk outside my Manhattan home, hail a taxi, and tell the driver to take me to the Pumping Iron Gym at 91st Street and 1st Avenue, where I work out for 2 hours. The ritual is not the stretching and weight training I put my body through each morning at the gym. The ritual is the cab. The moment I tell the driver where to go, I have completed the ritual. It's a simple act, but doing it the same way each morning habitualizes it, makes it repeatable, easy to do. It reduces the chance that I would skip it or do it differently. It is one more item in my arsenal of routines and one less thing to think about. Hailing a cab each morning may be a tiny action, but it is a splendid example of the third law of behavior change. Researchers estimate that 40 to 50% of our actions on any given day are done out of habit. This is already a substantial percentage, but the true influence of your habits is even greater than these numbers suggest. Habits are automatic choices that influence the conscious decisions that flow. Yes, a habit can be completed in just a few seconds, but it can also shape the actions that you take for minutes or hours afterwards. Habits are like the entrance ramp to a highway. They lead you down a path, and before you know it, you're speeding towards the next behavior. It seems to be easier to continue what you are already doing than to start doing something different. You sit through a bad movie for 2 hours. You keep snacking even when you're already full. You check your phone for just a second, and soon you have spent 20 minutes staring at the screen. In this way, the habits you follow without thinking often determine the choices that you make. The choices you make when you are thinking. Each evening, there is a tiny moment, usually around 5:15 p.m., that shapes the rest of my night. My wife walks in the door from work, either either we change into our workout clothes and head to the gym, or we crash onto the couch, order Indian food, and watch The Office. Similar to Twyla Tharp, hailing the cab, the ritual is changing into my workout clothes. If I change clothes, I know the workout will happen. Everything that follows, driving to the gym, deciding what exercises to do, stepping under the bar, is easy once I've taken the first step. Every day, there are a handful of moments that deliver an outsized impact. I refer to these little choices as decisive moments. The moment you decide between ordering takeout or cooking dinner. The moment you choose between driving your car or riding your bike. The moment you decide between studying your homework or grabbing the video game controller. These choices are a fork in the road. Decisive moments set the options available to your future self. How are you? If you're asking me, not cars and cats. Um, I'm good. My cat is in the way of my book, but yeah. Let's see. It's 7:51 a.m. right now. Pretty hungry, but we'll keep we'll keep going. Uh, I'm deciding to stay awake because yesterday after I was reading on stream, I went to sleep and my whole day just went down the drain. Like I woke up and it was nighttime, literally, and yeah, I just didn't make too much use of it in my day. Decisive moments. Good choice, bad choice, good choice, good choice, etc. So the more good choices. Wait, why is that a bad choice? Hmm. So the more good choices that you make in the day, the better the day is. Okay, that's so straightforward, but I don't know why it requires a tree map. I mean, it's a nice visualization, but the difference between a good day and a bad day is often a few productive and healthy choices made at decisive moments. Each one is like a fork in the road, and these choices stack up throughout the day and can ultimately lead to very different outcomes. For instance, walking into a restaurant is a decisive moment because it determines what you'll be eating for lunch. Technically, you are in control of what you order, but in a large sense, you can only order an item if it's on the menu. If you walk into a steakhouse, you can order a sirloin or a ribeye, but not sushi. Your options are constrained by what's available. They are shaped by the first choice. We are limited by where our habits lead us. This is why mastering the decisive moments throughout your day is so important. I don't know why he's standing up and sleeping. You could literally lie down. There's a whole bed behind you. Each day is made up of many moments, but it is really a few habitual choices that determine the path you take. These little choices stack up, each one setting the trajectory of how you spend the next chunk of time. Habits are the entry point, not the end point. They're the cab, not the gym. The 2 minute rule. Even when you know you should start small, it's easy to start too big. When you dream about making a change, excitement inevitably takes over and you end up trying to do too much too soon. The most effective way I know to counteract this tendency is to use the 2 minute rule, which states when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. You'll find that nearly any habit can be scaled down into a 2 minute version. Read before bed each night becomes read one page. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out my yoga mat. Study for class becomes open my notes. Fold the laundry becomes fold one pair of socks. Run 3 miles becomes tie my running shoes. The idea is to make your habit as easy as possible to start. Anyone can meditate for 1 minute, read one page, or put one item of clothing away. And as we have discussed, this is a powerful strategy because once you've started doing the right thing, it is much easier to continue doing it. A new habit should not feel like a challenge. The actions that follow can be challenging, but the first 2 minutes should be easy. What you want is a gateway habit. This is that naturally leads you down a more productive path. I wonder what that is for me. Like, what habit do I want to implement in my life? I want to definitely cook better. But I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how to make cooking into a 2 minute rule. Like, how do you? I guess you could like prepare your like utensils and stuff beforehand. That makes it the 2 minute rule. But yeah. You can usually figure out the gateway habits that will lead to your desired outcome by mapping out your goals on a scale from very easy to very hard. For instance, running a marathon is very hard. Running a 5K is hard. Walking 10,000 steps is moderately difficult. Walking 10 minutes is easy. And putting on your running shoes is very easy. Your goal might be to run a marathon, but your gateway habit is to put on your running shoes. That's how you follow the 2 minute rule. Putting on your running shoes, write one sentence, open your notes, easy, walk 10 minutes, write one paragraph, study for 10 minutes, moderate, walk 10,000 steps, blah 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 blah. Earn a PhD by opening your notes. That's crazy. People often think it's weird to get hyped about reading one page or meditating for 1 minute or making one sales call. But the point is not to do one thing. The point is to master the habit of showing up. The truth is, a habit must be established before it can be improved. If you can't learn the basic skills of showing up, then you have little hope of mastering the finer details. Instead of trying to engineer a perfect habit from the start, do the easy thing on a more consistent basis. You have to standardize before you can optimize. As you master the art of showing up, the first 2 minutes simply become a ritual at the beginning of a larger routine. This is not merely a hack to make habits easier, but actually the ideal way to master a difficult skill. The more you ritualize the beginning of a process, the more likely it becomes that you can slip into the state of deep focus that is required to do great things. By doing the same warm-up before every workout, you make it easier to get into a state of peak performance. By following the same creative ritual, you make it easier to get into the hard work of creating. By developing a consistent power-down habit, you make it easier to get to bed at a reasonable time each night. You may not be able to automate the whole process, but you can make the first action mindless. Make it easy to start and the rest will follow. The 2 minute rule can seem like a trick to some people. You know that the real goal is to do more than just 2 minutes. But so it may feel like you're trying to fool yourself. Nobody's actually aspiring to read one page or do one push-up or open their notes. If you know it's a mental trick, why would you fall for it? I cannot stop crying. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Um, I wish I could make you feel better, but the only way through, like, heartbreak, especially of losing a pet, is to just let time do its thing, and you know, like, you're just gonna have to wait it out, and um, yeah, I'll be I'll be here if you need to talk, but yeah, I can't say anything to make it go away. I'll just hear you out, but yeah, I'm not saying like don't feel that way. Like you should feel that way, and I mean not that you should feel that way, but like man, I'm so bad at talking. Just like um, I'm probably making you feel worse. Honestly, just like go through your emotions. Basically, don't try to avoid it, but go through your emotions, and hopefully you'll feel better soon. But that's like a really beautiful thing that you can't stop crying over your pet because that shows how much you care, and you know that's a very that brings out a very good quality in you, and that bird definitely lived a good life if you miss it that much. And it was happy, it was lucky and fortunate to have an owner like you. If the 2 minute rule feels forced, try this. Do it for 2 minutes and then stop. Go for a run, but you must stop after 2 minutes. Start meditating, but you must stop after 2 minutes. Study Arabic? Okay. Okay, I gotta do this. But you must stop after 2 minutes. It's not a strategy for starting, it's the whole thing. Your habit can only last 120 seconds. One of my readers used to use this strategy to lose over 100 pounds. In the beginning, he went to the gym each day, but he told himself he wasn't allowed to stay for more than 5 minutes. He'd go to the gym, exercise for 5 minutes, and leave as soon as his time was up. After a week, he looked around and thought, well, I'm always coming here anyway. I might as well start staying a little longer. A few years later, the weight was gone. If I lost 100 pounds, I would be like 5 or 10 pounds. Or 15. Not 15, that's too much. I don't know. I would be very small. I would be non-existent almost. Journaling provides another example. Nearly everyone can benefit from getting their thoughts out of their head and onto paper, but most people give up after a few days or avoid it entirely because journaling feels like a chore. The secret is to always stay below the point where it feels like work. Greg McKeown, a leadership consultant from the United Kingdom, built a daily journaling habit by specifically writing less than he felt like. He always stopped journaling before it seemed like a hassle. Ernest Hemingway believed in similar advice for any kind of writing. The best way is to always stop when you are going good, he said. That's like me with reading. I always read like one chapter and like 10 pages, but I know that I could read more. Strategies like this work for another reason too. They reinforce the identity you want to build. If you show up at the gym 5 days in a row, even if it's just for 2 minutes, you're casting votes for your new identity. You're not worried about getting into shape. You're focused on becoming the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. You're taking the smallest actions that confirms the type of person you want to be. We rarely think about change this way because everyone is consumed by the end goal. But one push-up is better than not exercising. 1 minute of guitar practice is better than none at all. 1 minute of reading is better than never picking up a book. It's better to do less than you hoped than to do nothing at all. At some point, you've established the habit and you're showing up each day. You can combine the 2 minute rule with a technique we call habit shaping to scale your habit back up toward your ultimate goal. Start by mastering the first 2 minutes of the smallest version of behavior. Then advance to an intermediate step and repeat the process, focusing on just the 2 minutes and mastering that stage before moving on to the next level. Eventually, you will end up with the habit you had originally hoped to build, while still keeping your focus where it should be, on the first 2 minutes of behavior. Examples of habit shaping. Phase 1, be home by 10 every night. It's easier becoming an early riser. Start eating vegetables at each meal. Becoming vegan. start exercising, change into workout clothes. Okay. Nearly any larger life goal can be transformed into a 2-minute behavior. I want to live a healthy and long life. I need to stay in shape. I need to exercise. I need to change into my workout clothes. I want to have a happy marriage. I need to be a good partner. I should do something each day to make my partner's life easier. I should meal plan for the week. Whenever you are struggling to stick with a habit, you can employ the 2-minute rule. It's a simple way to make your habits easy. How can I send you a photo about my bird? If you have the post option on your channel, maybe you can post it there and I'll check it out, but I'm not sure if everyone has that or if you need to unlock it with like subscribers or something. But that's one way I can see your bird. That's very kind of you to share your picture of your bird with me. I appreciate that because it's really special to you. Chapter summary. Habits can be completed in a few seconds but continue to impact your behavior for minutes or hours afterward. That's so true. Like, if I wake up and I always read at this time, like 8 a.m. or like 7 a.m., then my day's already started off to a good start and like I want to do more things. Many habits occur at decisive moments, choices that are like a fork in the road and either send you in the direction of a productive day or an unproductive one. The 2-minute rule states, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. The more you ritualize the beginning of a process, the more likely it becomes that you can slip into the state of deep focus that is required to do great things. Standardize before you optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. That's so true. First you have to make it. First you have to just start, and then you can improve it. And it's hard to just start because it's not gonna be the best start all the time. But you want to be perfect right off the bat, but that's not how it works. All right, so we're in chapter 14 now of the Atomic Habits. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I finished chapter 13. Okay. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more chapters. So next week we're gonna be done with this book, hopefully. And with this book, we're gonna be done in. Forgot. So we're done halfway, I think. We did 160 pages, and they're actually not halfway. We have, I think, 374 pages. So half of that would be 187. So we're gonna reach the half mark on December 3rd, and we're gonna finish around the same time as this, almost the same time. I'll try to finish the last page at the same time. Well, that's crazy. We're almost there, guys. No, actually, we're not gonna finish at the same time. Sorry. Like next week I'm done with the Atomic Habits, but like it'll take a couple more weeks to finish the Qur'an translation. All right, that was great. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.